Hello. I am warming myself up to going live, so I just had my restriction lift and I keep seeing all this stuff about Ukraine and Trump and all this stuff, so I wanted to make a video and, like I said, warm up to going live here soon. Anyway, we have to remember that Ukraine president is corrupt with the Biden and all of the people from the past in the United States government. And there's bioweapon labs and adrenochrome labs where children are being harvested and all kinds of horrible things are going on. And Putin was putting a stop to that, and that's what started this supposed Ukraine war. And so there's a video I'm going to share. I've shared it on my old profile, which obviously got taken down. So I'm going to share it. I thought I shared it on this one too, but it's not there in when I was searching. So I did find it again, but it's Trump leaving the White House back in, I want to say 2019, but he's talking to the media, fake news, and he's talking about the Ukraine phone calls. I didn't follow all that stuff. I don't watch Trump very much. Like everybody, when I make my post about Trump and the golden age and Q and Annans and the plan and where we go when we go, all of that, it's not Trump. Like, he's just a player in the whole big scheme, the whole big plan, the divine plan going on. But now I get nervous and lose track where I was. But he was talking about the Ukraine phone calls back then. That's what I was saying. I don't watch videos very often, but there are a few. And when I do watch them, I think that there's significant things that I'm supposed to be catching when I do watch these. So this video, he was mentioning the phone calls. The Democrats went on some big thing about the Ukraine call, but he was searching for corruption. And I guess there was actually two phone calls. The Democrats knew about the one phone call. They didn't really know about the second, or actually the first phone call, because in the video, he's even talking about the phone call that came before. Anyways, but he's calling the Bidens out and corruption and all that, and they were trying to cover their tracks, and that's why they did what they did with Trump and try to make everybody hate Trump and not listen to a word he had to say. So that's why everything's been playing out in the background. And that's why when Trump came in and got elected this time, it's just, we're seeing this stuff happening swift and fast, because they've had years planning for all this. And he, was in the White House the first time and kind of got a taste of what it was like and what he was up against, and better than, living it. You can always imagine what it would be like and think of all of the ways and how it could go, but it's different once you're in it and learn it and see how they do manipulate the American people. And they use the zonerism, they use half-truths to sway people's opinions, and then people just think that they know what they're talking about. And anything that Trump does, there's code, there is meaning behind everything he says and does. So just like the clip, I had to go watch some of it for myself after seeing some of the posts about Trump talking to the Ukrainian president, and the screaming match or whatever that supposedly happened. And it's just, Trump even said, I'm glad that the American people are getting to see this. That's the reason that I've allowed it to go on this long. Do you think that if Vance and the Ukrainian dude, if they were going to sit there and have some childish, immature shouting match, whatever, Trump would shut that down? He's not going to let that happen, for everybody to see. He's going to, put his foot down and I just could imagine how he would have handled it. He wanted it to play out that way. It was just it's part of the show. There's always a reason. So just whatever they're showing something, imagine that there's always something bigger going on. But I have some links of that video that I was talking about of Trump, and then I have some memes too that I had from when this all started with the Ukraine stuff before, and it's just so relevant. I haven't really paid much attention to it, and I understand there's deaths and there's stuff going on, and I'm not condoning that or acting like that's a good thing or whatever, but this is all playing out the way that it has to play out. And I don't know. We just have to remember that the world is a stage. But anyways, I just wanted to, like I said, make a little video and see how I felt doing this. And hopefully I'll get back to doing my live poetry readings. I did hear that they're going to be taking lives. Like, live videos aren't there on Facebook forever. So I was trying to go back and download some of my old live videos in the Poetic Priestess Parlor. But I want to get back into doing the live poetry readings and inviting others to join in and stuff. And also talking to Tanya with Mom Matters. We were talking about doing a Mom Matters confessions to lighten your heart. That's how you lighten your heart, is to confess. But the trick to that is to confess into the right atmosphere, to the right people who are on healing paths and are not going to judge you and make it even worse. And then you'll feel like, oh God, I wish I wouldn't have even told anybody. And then next thing you know, your confession turned into more trauma in your healing journey. So that's why it's important to confess to people who do have the same heart as you, or at least, you know, can see you in your heart and not, you know, see you in your trauma or your past or stuff. Anyways, sending lots of love to everybody, and just remember, where we go one, we go all. We're all in this together, and everything is perfect.